Hi folks, welcome back to another episode of the Single Dad's Cookbook. Today we're going to be making
a chicken and bacon pasta bake. Now, this is a meal that you can rattle together when you get in from work. A few ingredients. You'll need an onion, some garlic, tomato paste, some mixed herbs, some bacon, some chicken breast I've got here. You're also going to need a tin of tomatoes. And then we're going to show you how to make this. Nice and easy. And you're going to need some cheese to top it all up while it's in the oven. While I'm chopping up the onion, I just wanted to say welcome to the channel. For anybody who's new, I hope we find you well. For those folks who are returning, I hope you are always well, as always. And if you can like this video, it means the world to me. And if you've not already, if you can hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but means the world to me. And the distance we've come in the past year has been incredible. And you guys have really blown me away. So, as you can see, I'm just going to put these onions into a bowl, and then I am going to chop up some garlic, and I'm just going to thinly slice it, just so that we can get it moving. And I'm going to use 3 cloves of garlic. And I really do hope we find you well. I know it's getting closer to Christmas. The pressure of that day it can seem insurmountable, but just take your time. Remember, it's all about you just being there and being in the moment with the family, and it's not about spending loads and loads on gifts. Do not put yourself into financial difficulty for one day of the year. Trust me, it's not worth it. So once you've got your onions and your garlic chopped, we're going to just move on to the bacon. I'm going to grab 3 or 4, maybe even 5 rashers of bacon. And I've got streaky bacon here, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to render down the fat. And I've separated it all out. You can see that, just to make cooking time a little bit quicker. Got a frying pan on high. I've put the bacon in because we're going to brown that off. And we're just going to make sure that that's cooking away and all the fat's rendering off. For the chicken, I've just got these little mini chicken breasts here, and I'm just going to trim them up as always. I always do a little bit of butchering. Give it a check, make sure that you've not got any bits of cartilage or bone or anything like that. And you can see there, I'm just going to be cutting it into slices. So I've cut the chicken up. I've got the onions. We've got the bacon in the pan, and it's browning off beautifully. So you're cooking that, you're rendering down the fat in there, and then we're going to add in the onions and the garlic, and you're now going to soften the onions and garlic. Really simple. At this point, you'll start to smell, as the the garlic starts to hit the oil and cook, it starts to become fragrant. That's when you know you're moving in the right direction. So after a few minutes, you've got your everything softened, bacon still frying away beautifully there. We are going to grab the chicken. But first, before we do that, get your pasta on. Now I'm using penny pasta here. I'm just going to put some salt water, and we're going to partially cook that. So you want to cook it about halfway through, and then you want to get that on, so that it's partially cooking. It'll finish cooking in the oven. So once, maybe twice round your pan with the mixed herbs. That's probably works out to maybe be 1 or 1.5, maybe 2 dessert spoons of mixed herbs. You want to get that going, so you're getting all the fragrant garlic, the sweetness of the onions, you've got the salty bacon, and now you've got that mixed herb in there. And then we're going to put the chicken in. Once you've got your chicken in, because you're touching raw meat, obviously go and give your hands a good old wash before you pick up your spatula So you've got nice clean hands. You're not transferring anything over. And once you've done that, you're just now going to cook the chicken. You're going to get a bit of colour on that. Again, you're not going to cook it all the way through. Now, I know it's very tempting to do that. If this was chicken thighs, I would cook them all the way through, because chicken thighs, they can take a bit of a beaten. Chicken thighs, you can't really overcook them. Chicken breasts, though, can very quickly dry out, so you don't want to do that. So you want to just keep it moving, and you want to get that until it picks up a bit of colour. Into this, I'm just going to add in a little bit of chilli flakes, depending on how hot you want it. You add more, or you don't have to put any in at all. It is really, really up to you. So as you can see, the chicken is probably 3/4 done. I'm going to add in a tin of chopped tomatoes, and I'm going to add in 1/4 of a can of the same can of water. So just a splash of water there, just to thin it out a little bit, because you're also got to remember you're going to be cooking the pasta in the oven, so that it does need some liquid to keep that cooking process going. At this stage, I've now put on the oven at 180 degrees fan, that's Celsius. I think that's about 350 Fahrenheit. So it is preheated. So I'm preheating the oven. And now I'm just going to let that cook through a little bit longer. And I'm just now waiting on the pasta to finish being partially cooked. At this point, you want to add in a little bit of tomato paste, just to give it that extra dimension, and a bit of pepper. So we just mix that in. And let it cook through. Nice and simple. Once you've done this, all the heavy lifting's sort of done. It's going to get done by the oven now. It literally takes you, in total, from start to finish, 20-25 minutes, half an hour at an absolute push. And most of that time is just leaving it to cook through. So your actual involvement will be 10 minutes. And then you're going to let that cook. So you can see there, pasta's now done. It's halfway through the cooking process. We've got that all drained, and we're going to pop it in. Add your pasta to the sauce, not the other way around. Now, bearing in mind, this is still only half cooked, so it should maintain its structure, the pasta. So you want to give that a good old stir. Once you've mixed that in, you're now going to get yourself a container, an oven-proof container. So I've just got a little tray here. I'm going to transfer that over. Try to be as careful as humanly possible. And we've got that all in. It's as if by magic somebody looks like they've measured it. So we've got that going. I'm just moving the chicken around just so that the big chunks of chicken. And you've got that. Now I've grated some red Leicester. And I'm just going to sprinkle cheese over the top, just to make give it another layer, a bit of crispy cheese, melted cheese over the top. You could add parmesan, mozzarella, whatever you've got really. It's the choices are yours. Add more chilli if you want. Add no chilli. It is completely up to you. Then you're going to put it in the oven until the pasta's finally cooked and the cheese is golden brown, bubbling on top. And then it's good to serve. Then there you have it. Folks, I hope you're well. I hope you're looking after yourselves and each other out there. As always, from my family to yours, thanks very much for watching. If you can, like and subscribe, means the world to me. Until the next time, Single Dad signing off.